One anonymous young woman writes in with a question today. Hello, Pastor John. I'm normally a optimistic person and full of life, but lately has been such a struggle to even want to get out of bed in the mornings. I'm a student at BCS, and I'm very grateful for all the lessons God is teaching me here, but I dread going to class. This is so discouraging because I moved many miles so that I could come to the school. But deep down, I don't doubt God still wants me here, but I don't think He wants me to have this attitude about life. Is this depression? I have almost no motivation for anything. I've been praying, and I will keep praying for God to be my strength. But how do you fight when you don't feel like fighting? Each morning brings with it a desire to stay in bed for days, so I don't have to face life. I truly hate feeling this way because I feel I have lost my joy in God's will for me. I feel oppressed by the powers of the dark world, and I don't see an escape. I really appreciate you answering such hard questions. It helps me remember that by no means am I the only warrior in this fight against the devil.
Oh, how I feel empathy for this, because I've tasted these kinds of seasons many times. Don't want to get out of bed, dread doing the things we have to do, no motivation for anything, don't feel like fighting the fight, loss of joy in what we thought God had called us to do, oppressed by what feels like demonic darkness. So that's her situation, and I've tasted it, and so I feel a kind of urgency for her. She asks, is this depression? And of course, my answer is, I don't know. I'm not close enough to the situation. I don't know her well enough. And I would say to you, she didn't give us her name. If you have a history of depression, you'll probably know what kind of season this is. But if you don't, I certainly wouldn't jump to that conclusion automatically. Depression is not a simple black and white thing. There are many degrees of discouragement on a continuum into the most debilitating kind of depression. And you'll certainly want to be alert to that. I would recommend, if this continues, a physical checkup with a doctor just to make sure there's no, for example, mononucleosis or some kind of nutritional issue. We are body and soul, and our bodies can play tricks on us and wreak havoc with our minds and our spirits. If we were sitting together, I'd probably ask you about sleep habits and exercise habits and eating and so on. There's so many ways that we can be depleted, and it feels spiritual when it has physical roots as well. So I'm going to depend on you to know yourself and your history and your physical condition and to get the help you need in that regard. But let me just point to a few wonderful, spiritual, biblical, God-given truths that He means for your help and strength right now. Number one, 1 Corinthians 10:13, no testing. And you probably know as a student with your Greek that the word temptation and